In the quiet countryside of Hungary, in the year 1753, two sisters, Eliza and Henrietta Huszti, became the center of one of Europe's most unsettling mysteries. Their story, though centuries old, continues to haunt those who hear it. It is a tale of innocence lost, of whispers in the dark, and of questions that have never been answered. Tonight, we dive deep into the unsolved vanishing of the Huszti sisters, a mystery that has defied explanation for over 250 years. Eliza was just 11 years old, while her sister Henrietta was 7. They lived with their family in a small rural village in northern Hungary, a place where superstition and folklore were part of everyday life. The land was filled with tales of wandering spirits, dark forests that swallowed travelers, and rituals whispered about in hushed tones. For the Huszti family, life was simple, but safety was never guaranteed in those times. It was a warm summer evening when the sisters were last seen. According to family accounts, the girls were playing in a meadow just outside their home. Their mother, tending to chores, remembered hearing them laugh. A neighbor claimed to have seen them picking flowers near the edge of the woods. That was the last time anyone laid eyes on Eliza and Henrietta. When night fell and the sisters did not return, panic set in. The family searched desperately, calling out their names into the darkening forest. Villagers joined the search, carrying lanterns, scouring every field, every pathway, and every stream. But there was nothing. Not a shoe, not a torn piece of clothing, not a single footprint. It was as if the earth had swallowed them whole. What makes this case even stranger is the complete lack of physical evidence. Normally, missing children leave behind some clue, a trail, a sound, something. But with Eliza and Henrietta, there was absolute silence. Local folklore quickly attached itself to the story. Some villagers whispered that the children had been lured into the woods by spirits, creatures that Hungarian legends called liturg, ghostly beings that preyed upon the young. Others spoke of witches who, according to ancient belief, kidnapped children for rituals. The church, desperate to provide answers, declared it an act of the devil. Priests performed blessings and exorcisms in the area, attempting to cleanse the land of evil. But behind closed doors, some whispered that it wasn't spirits or witches, it was human hands. Rumors spread of traveling merchants who passed through the village around the same time. Some believed the sisters had been taken, perhaps sold into servitude, as was tragically common in those centuries. Yet if that were true, why were there no witnesses? Why no evidence of struggle? And why two sisters, both at once in broad daylight? Years passed, and the story became legend. Families warned their children not to wander too far from home, invoking the names of Eliza and Henrietta as cautionary tales. But the mystery did not rest quietly. In the early 1800s, more than 50 years after the disappearance, workers repairing an old church in the region discovered something chilling. Two small skeletons buried beneath the floor. Many believed they belonged to the Huszti sisters, but no records were kept, and the remains were lost over time. Without confirmation, the truth could never be known. Historians who revisit the case today debate several theories. One theory suggests the girls fell victim to wild animals. But if that were the case, there should have been evidence: blood, torn clothing, or remains. None were ever found. Another theory points to human abduction, possibly a nearby family hiding dark secrets. Yet again, the silence of the village is suspicious. Why would no one come forward in such a small community? Then there are the paranormal explanations. Some modern researchers link the Huszti sisters' disappearance to stories of time slips, mysterious events where individuals are believed to vanish into another dimension or era. Skeptics dismiss this as fantasy, but in a case where no logical evidence exists, even the most bizarre explanations are entertained. What adds to the eeriness of this case are the reports of villagers, years later, who claim to see two young girls dressed in old-fashioned clothing wandering the forests at dusk. They would vanish the moment anyone tried to approach. Were these sightings mere ghost stories or echoes of Eliza and Henrietta's lost souls? Fast forward to the 20th century. As interest in unsolved mysteries grew, paranormal investigators traveled to Hungary to explore the legend. Many reported strange sensations near the fields where the girls were last seen. Some described sudden drops in temperature, unexplained whispers, and even childlike laughter carried on the wind. Was it the imagination of eager ghost hunters, or something truly supernatural? In recent years, genealogists attempted to track down living descendants of the Huszti family. While some family lines were found, no one could provide clarity about what happened. The tragedy of Eliza and Henrietta remained a scar on the family's history, a story passed down but never explained. This case endures because it represents the most haunting kind of mystery, one with no closure, no evidence, no answers. Unlike modern disappearances, where technology and forensics often bring resolution, the Huszti sisters left behind only silence. A silence so deep it still echoes through time. So what really happened on that summer day in 1753? Were Eliza and Henrietta victims of human cruelty, taken and silenced forever? Were they lost to the wilderness, claimed by nature in a way no one could witness? Or did they fall into something darker, something beyond our understanding, a doorway into the unknown? The truth may never be uncovered, but their story continues to remind us that the world, even centuries later, is full of mysteries we cannot explain. This is Whispers Unsolved, where the forgotten are remembered and the unexplained is never forgotten. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and join us tomorrow as we unravel another chilling unsolved mystery.
Like, comment, and subscribe for more real unsolved stories, only on Whispers Unsolved.